And I say, we are in the building down in Sports Talk. It must be Tuesday.
It must be
In the words
Tuesday.
of my ubiquitous Code D right over there, Yada Bear. We are in the house down in Sports Talk Tuesday night, y'all. You already know what it is. Big night sports. We got it going on right here. NBA in-season tournament. You know what I mean? I'm not
Yeah.
stiff like I'm posing for a Thanksgiving Day parade. You know what I'm saying? Word up. Get into week 10 in the NFL. You already know. Shout out to 6 Zeros. They holding us down in the building. Shout out to my man Jay. Make sure y'all join the community over there at 6zeros.net, where somebody, I ain't gonna say no names, is killing it over there. You know what I mean? Absolutely. Make sure y'all tap in with Yada Bear. Tap in with Down in Sports over there at
Yes.
6zeros.net, man. For real, for real. So yeah, so we're gonna get into that. We're gonna ask some questions tonight, man. What's up with the Baltimore Ravens? We'll get into that. Can the Houston Texans win the AFC South? We'll get into that. Of course, we're gonna talk about Yada Bear and her Philadelphia Eagles. You know what I mean? We're gonna talk about Yada Bear and her Philadelphia 76ers playing their in-season tournament game tonight against the Indiana Pacers. Pardon self. We're gonna talk about Victor Wembanyama and Chet Holmgren getting it in tonight. All right,
Yes.
the first of many matchups between those young superstars. Yada Bear, aka Browski, aka 6 Zeros, number one. What's going on with you?
Ah man, not much chilling. Watching this in season tournament game. Um, one thing we talked about behind the scenes is how crazy these courts look for the in season tournament. Like the courts look crazy. Like for
Right.
example, the Sixers court is like a dark red with like navy blue outlines on the side. It just looked nuts to me. I just felt like they're just doing a little too much with the courts. We already changed the courts when we, wear our the city edition jerseys. They already changed the court for that. Then you got your regular court and then like an alternate court and just had this in season court. It's just
Cash
too
money,
much.
money to the bill. Cash
It's
money,
just
money
too
to the
much.
bill. Word up. And like basically that's what it is. I feel like, I'm with you. I'm with you, Browski. You know what I mean? When Walker's in the building down there in Sports Talk, we're in the house. Yeah, I'm with you. You know what I
What up?
mean?
What
It's
up?
real, crazy, but they had to differentiate. So you could be able to tell what's a tournament game and what's not. So I mean, at the end of the day, it is what it is. Um, let's jump right into a situation right here. Win Walker, what's good with you, Playboy?
Hey, how you doing? How you doing? How's everybody doing? Got a little lag going on.
Uh-oh, Win
It's a little
Walker. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
lagging.
But it's all good. You in the building. You with us, man. We'll get it eventually. You know what I'm
We'll get
saying?
to it.
Let's jump into the situation right now, man. NFL Week 10 chop up. All right, you know what I'm saying? Tampa Bay Buccaneers won. All right, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
He don't seem too
I
excited.
mean, 20-6 over the Tennessee Titans. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, and Browski called it at the end of last year. You know what I mean? It's like a rebuilding thing that's about to happen, and we probably stared another 8 and 9 season in the face.
No,
That's how
no,
I look
no,
at it.
no. I
That's how I
said,
look at it.
I said, y'all are in the process. I said, welcome to the process. That's what the process looks like.
The
The process
the
look like
process needs to start.
no, no, no. Look, the
The
process
process
is
is playing
you
us out
are,
of position right now.
yeah, you are too good to be bad, and not bad, and not bad enough to be good. It's like you like stuck in purgatory. It's like
Yeah,
you want to be
we
bad,
did it
but
to
you
ourselves. We
can't
did
be
it to
that bad.
ourselves. And we did it
But
to ourselves. And I'll eat that as a Buccaneers fan. So
yeah.
what's going on with y'all Eagles? Y'all getting ready for y'all showdown on Monday night.
Oh man, we getting healthy. We
Uh-oh.
getting ready for this Super Bowl rematch. Bradley
Mm-hmm.
Roby, he should be back. Well, he is going to be back. And then we got that will help with our secondary. Um, Blankenship getting healthier. He'll be back. Cam Jurgens will be back in the starting lineup. That's going to help our offensive line a whole lot. Another week that Jalen can, heal that bone bruise he got. The bye week came at a perfect time. We was getting little banged up injuries here and there that keep people out for the week. So the bye week came in, get healthy, focus on getting our revenge game. As most people is calling it. I just
And
look
you
at
can
it,
and you can work on your Christmas album and all that.
but the way I look at it just another game, because the revenge game is when and if we will see them in the Super Bowl.
Okay.
That's the real
Mhm.
revenge game to me. This is another regular season game. I
All
always
right.
say you take
And,
it
and
one game at a time.
so now we go to the surprise of the season, the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I say surprise because again, at the end of the day, you don't expect the
No
right time team
surprises.
to be. Look at this. I'm surprised. I'm surprised you ain't at the store today. But again, at the end, you
No
know what I mean.
store. No
What more?
store.
Usually, you got to go get some milk or some Jiffy mix or something. You know what I mean. But again, man, talk about your
I'm not
Steelers,
lagging
man,
now.
and the
Yeah.
start and
I,
the
Oh
start.
yeah.
well,
Mhm.
let's talk about the team that hasn't. What do you say? Hasn't outscored anyone. Hasn't outpassed anyone. Hasn't outran anyone. But they still managed to win the game. When I was younger and I
Oh,
was
we're going
playing
down memory
football,
lane.
Oh man, come
and
on with this.
when I've always been taught this, and when I was a coach, defense wins championships. Defense wins championships. And I just want to say, we're back.
Oh my
The
God.
curtain is
Somebody get
back.
this. Somebody get this dude a window to jump out of. For real, for real.
I
Like
mean, I mean, it's it's
it's
nice to say when
plausible.
you
It's plausible, Wind Walker, but it
listen.
is possible.
If
But
you if you
is it
play the Packers every week,
probable? I don't know.
listen, listen.
I
If you
don't
play
It's
know.
the Packers every
parachutable.
week, then yeah, we can rock with that story if you guys play the
Yeah,
Packers every
that's
week.
help you. That's what helps
You
you.
know,
Do what you do.
Well,
it's
hey, they were driving, and he threw the ball to the end zone for a touchdown. So that made it a tip drill, and that makes it a defensive interception.
yeah.
Okay.
Listen, y'all defense definitely won the game because it definitely wasn't Kenny Picking. You know, Kenny only
And
had
for the past
126
four
yards.
games,
Okay,
wait, the past
this
four
was
games, the defense
this
has won the
is
game.
Mm.
now the defense and the running. I guess y'all offensive linemen decided to play. Open up some holes. Because you had the kid Jalen Warren, he had
Mhm.
101 yard a touchdown. Najee Harris finally showed her head about
He's
82
doing
yards.
some work. That's right.
Yeah, 82 yards in the touchdown. So
Mhm.
basically all y'all scoring came from the rushing game and defense. Um, Jordan Love, it's a wrap for that kid, man.
Mhm.
He's not good. And what's crazy is I like the Packers wide receivers. I like Christian Rouse. He's good. The kid Dobbs,
Mhm.
he's good. You
Mhm,
know,
mhm, mhm,
um
mhm.
the other guy, what is it? Christian Watson, Dobbs. They got another receiver that's pretty decent out there
Yeah,
too.
they got a young core. They got a good
Yeah,
young core.
and the only issue they have
They
is
don't
that
got nobody to give him the ball.
is that the most important
Right.
position of a football team is that
What
quarterback.
is
You
this
know,
Love's second or third year?
this is Love third year.
Third.
His
Third,
third
yeah.
year underneath the system. So there's no
Well,
excuse.
I
You
mean,
know,
yeah, it's really no excuse because you look at a team in the AFC South that we're going to talk about tonight, the Houston Texans. Um, like the question is, can they win the AFC South? I mean, their
Mm.
roster is one of the deepest in the division, and their schedule is easy. I mean, look, I mean, their schedule is easier than Jacksonville, and everybody was on Jacksonville. And if anybody sees Florida boy Jay, tell him we're around. You
tell
know what
him
I'm saying?
Hey,
we're
I
still on
seen I seen
Tuesdays.
him last week. He was at the store. I seen
Oh,
him last
okay.
week at the
You said
store.
it's still last week.
I
Okay.
did. Yeah.
I mean, CJ Stroud, can he continue to keep doing what he's doing? I mean, it's more than just a fluke now. I think he's he's the rookie thing. He's definitely taken over, and people are forgetting about Bryce Young. People are
Who?
forgetting about Bryce Young. And,
Who?
and, and
Mhm.
what do you
Mhm.
think in regards
Mhm.
to the thing about the Houston Texans? Is it D'Amico Ryans? Is it the whole just turn over a new leaf scenario? Getting away from the situation that they were dealing with as recent as two or 3 years ago.
I definitely think it's D'Amico Ryans and the culture that he brought to the Texans. You know, he's really passionate about the team because he played for this team. He
Right.
loved this team. You know, he was a major pillar on the defensive side of the Houston Texans. Like when you thought about Houston Texans,
Mm-hmm.
you know, you thought about that defense, D'Amico Ryan, JJ Watt, you know. It was defense, you know, the toughness, the grittiness, and that's what he's bringing back. And you would thought because he's a
Mhm.
defensive guy, he's a defensive coach with a young quarterback. It doesn't on paper.
Right.
It's not a match made in heaven on paper,
Mm-hmm.
but when you look at it on the field, it is a match made in heaven, and that goes from him and it goes down to his staff and the players that they put around him. All these guys are young and hungry. Nobody's talking about
Correct.
Tank Bell. Nobody knew who Tank Bell you know was.
Was
Was
gonna
he
be
who
right.
he
Mm-hmm.
nobody was ever
when
saying
when he come when he come into the league, what team he
exactly
played for?
nobody knows. Nobody knows. And then you know Damian Pierce, the running back, you know, we saw what he brought last season, and
Mm-hmm.
now it came over to this season, and he's still doing the damn thing down there for him. With CJ Strauss, who everybody, you know, was on Bryce Young top.
Yeah. Yep.
The
Mm-hmm.
whole
Mm-hmm.
offset, Bryce Young,
Yep.
clear cut number one,
Yep.
clear cut
Bryce
number
Young.
one. You know,
CJ Stroud, is he built for this? Can he,
is he built for it? Is he
right.
ready? Is he mentally ready?
Mm-hmm.
Can he bring what he had at Ohio State and translate it into the NFL? I mean, we have seen a lot of Ohio State quarterbacks come from college and become wide receivers in the NFL.
Mm.
Okay,
Mm.
we've seen a handful of wide receivers, you know, that were quarterbacks and they came to become wide receivers. Braxton Miller in the NFL, you
Right.
know. We haven't really
Forgot about
had
him.
a very successful Ohio State quarterback.
Right.
And CJ, you know, came in to a division that we all clearly thought was Jacksonville. We didn't see any type of resistance coming from Houston. And then they won one game. And then they won another game.
Right.
And then they lose a close one. And then they come back and win again. And then this past week, no one picked Houston to win. Nobody's seen that. And then not only for them to win, for him to come back, you know, for another game winning drive to set up the field goal for the victory. It's like 2 weeks in a row he has game winning drives. You know, he seems very comfortable in the pocket. He seems very comfortable in those crucial moments. You know, he looks better than the quarterbacks that's sitting around with $140 million in their bank account. He looks better than quarterbacks that's walking around that got $230 million
Go get
guaranteed
out of there started.
in
Right.
their bank account. He looked better than a quarterback up in Denver that got $240 plus million who
got a gift wrap win last night.
Exactly. So this guy CJ Strauss has already went above and beyond anybody's expectation this season. Is he the offensive player of the year? Rookie of the year? Yes, because
at the halfway point. I'll
say the halfway point, but you know what? I would even throw my head in and say no, he's rookie of the year because
rookie of the year. Okay,
because not even just
he's definitely the leader.
Just looking at what he's doing on an individual status. But look what he had brought back to a franchise that was used to losing. They had a loser mentality in Houston.
Right.
The Texans was always an automatic win.
I remember when somebody on the show didn't even want to talk about the Houston Texans. I ain't gonna say no names because of what they had going on. I ain't gonna say no names.
Listen, the Texans. Why would I want to talk about the Texans? It was nothing to talk about in Houston for years. It was always negative things that we talk about Houston. It wasn't even on the play. It was a organization, you know. So for a guy to come in to that heat, you know, to be the heir to a throne that no one wanted to touch, it was tainted, and to just wipe all that away, clean slate, winning culture. People walking around with Texas jersey on proudly, hats proudly, and they should, because the future is extremely bright in Houston. And no one expected that from D'Amico Ryans. No one expected it from
anyway.
You know, and I'm hoping, and when you look at their schedule, I can see them winning the South. It's not going to be Tennessee.
I mean, now
Tennessee looking like
now
it's not going to be. I mean, the Colts, no. Jacksonville,
and so now we got to see about taking them serious. If they can, you know, what are they going to do with the second half of the season now that people are noticing them now, and you know what I mean, and paying attention to them. Another question we have: should Jameis Winston be the quarterback for New Orleans Saints for the rest of the season? I didn't even want to bring that up because I feel about Jameis Winston. I don't want to say that he was a failed experiment with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. It was just that it was failed. It wasn't an experiment because he was the number one draft pick. You know what I mean? He was supposed to be our quarterback for the next 10 to 15 years, and it just didn't work out. With New Orleans, he was supposed to get a fresh start. You know what I mean? He had the situation to deal with the other. What's the kid's name? The other kid.
Taysom Hill.
Taysom Hill. Yeah. So he's got to deal with him. So Derek Carr comes. You know what I mean? And Derek Carr is not playing like Derek Carr is supposed to play. And
like David Carr.
He's getting another chance. The Saints have a bye in week 11, and then they play against Atlanta. So I guess Derek Carr is going to get his last shot, I guess, against Atlanta Falcons. If that don't work out, they're going to play Jameis Winston. I mean, what's the difference? Jameis Winston's the same guy that he was with Tampa Bay.
I see no difference.
I see no difference at all.
I see no difference. Matter of fact, I take it a step further. Jameis Winston is the reason why Derek Carr is there. Because
I agree with you. I agree with you on that.
If he was doing
Jameis Winston was playing like he was supposed to, they wouldn't need Derek Carr.
There would be no Derek Carr there. But
Derek Carr might be in a jet or something.
Derek Carr has now turned into David Carr. You know, he has now become his brother. I don't know what happened from the flight from Vegas down to New Orleans. You know, is it the change of time? The time zone difference? Is that what's happening? Because it seems like he forgot how to play the position of quarterback.
What my man said in the Mac, if you give him some money, it's subject to go crazy. So what happened with Derek Carr? You gave Derek Carr some money, and he's subject to go crazy. You know what I mean?
The Mac Goldie is in the house. Come on, Goldie. Man, that was pretty. Tony said that. He said,
that's pretty funny when they was in the barbershop.
Yeah, stick yourself.
He was talking about, when I got it, you know what I'm saying? And the dude he said, how the old man that was shining his shoes, he said, how old do you think I am? He said 17. So then he started talking or whatever. and Macaroni Tony and all that. Yeah, man. So, yeah, man. I mean, that's what it is. I mean, again, at the end of the day, these quarterbacks
I
are
got
going to
something to say
who they really are. What's up, Win? Before we move on, go ahead.
about Derek Carr.
Yeah.
See, Derek Carr, as y'all was mentioning, Derek Carr, y'all they gave him the money and this and that, right? He left at the wrong time from the Raiders. Because they smoking now. They smoking. I mean, they smoking
Yeah,
hot.
man.
I don't mean that they smoking
They
hot. I mean,
smoking.
they smoking hot, baby. They inside the locker room
He was getting
on
in
interviews.
charge, son.
They blowing.
He was blowing it down.
I was looking like,
Everybody got a wood.
What do you think about your team's? You know, how do you feel about your team's defensive play?
Hey, in honor of the Oakland Raiders, the Las Vegas Raiders, and all the Raiders before them, and the LA Raiders, I'm gonna smoke one tonight for them.
They was all in the locker room smoking the cigars. So I know some of them were cigars.
And most of them were backwoods.
Yeah, them was backwoods cigars. That's what they are.
My man had a backwood. He was like,
shout out Antonio Pierce. Salute to Antonio Pierce. Because
here you go.
He's with the
I think I did well. I did well.
Word up.
I did well. I think the coach AP, he's one of us, and I think AP is he's a great guy.
I couldn't believe it. I'm like, is nobody seeing it?
That was the illest interview I ever seen in my life.
But he did not know the camera was on. He didn't know the camera was on, bro.
He wasn't looking around. Hey, Roski, he wasn't looking around. He wasn't looking. He was just like, he was like.
and then French in hell. Then he French in hell through his nose.
Like, what's the world coming to? But anyway, man, this is Down to End Sports Talk, man. We doing it, man. Tuesday night, we got Browski in the building, a.k.a. Yada Bear. Make sure y'all tap in. We got Win Walker in the house, making it do what it do from his patented store run. He's back in the building.
Yeah, you know it is.
So, yo, man, where are we at with the Baltimore Ravens?
Oh Lord,
they was flying high early in the season.
Somebody on the panel picked them to go to the Super Bowl.
Somebody definitely did.
Somebody on the panel.
But you know what's crazy? And I gotta, give credit to Shannon Sharp for saying this. But Lamar looks like Lamar from like right before he won. Right after he won the MVP. Like he has more. No. I believe he has the same amount of touchdown passes as interceptions. It's like
Lamar looking like he looked when he was at Louisville.
Yeah, and
listen,
he can't say he got no receivers.
Right? I mean,
he can't say
that. He got L.
For me, with the Baltimore Ravens, it's not like you're not going in there and doing work. You're blowing teams out, this, and that, and the third. But if a team hangs around, you know what I mean? Your problem in Baltimore is that you're blowing late leads. You lost 9 games.
Close out the game.
Like 7 or more.
You don't know how to manage the game.
Yeah, he can't.
They don't know how to manage the game.
It's like
you stopped out Seattle, right? You stopped out Detroit, right? So, like, I mean, I'm not understanding. You managed those games
against two really good offensive too. Like Detroit ain't no slouch, and in Seattle, they hang in there too. But it's like you said, if you hang around, then you can sneak out a victory and
they were supposed to dismantle the Cleveland Clowns because Baker Mayfield was whack. You know what I'm saying? He was whack over there with Tampa Bay. He was whack. You know what I'm saying? Baker Mayfield was whack with Tampa Bay, so you're supposed to stomp out Deshaun Watson. Yeah.
Listen,
Word.
Deshaun,
You're supposed to stomp out Deshaun Watson and
Deshaun
show him, I don't
Watson.
care who you get, we are
Because you stink.
owning the NFC North. Yeah. I don't see how I just want to throw that in there for Tampa Bay.
Listen, I feel you on that.
I don't
man.
understand that.
Shout out to the Shaw brothers and all that.
Listen,
I mean, but again, we gonna do what we do, man. But we just was gonna talk about the Baltimore Ravens, man. What is the problem with the Ravens? Is it Lamar?
they can't close out games. They can't close out games. Lamar, he don't know if he want to be running or staying
running back.
Well, I mean, where does that come from though? Because when he was free flowing Lamar and he was running the football and he was doing what he was doing without thinking about it, you know what I mean? He was doing his numbers or whatever. People was like, "Oh well, he's not a pocket quarterback. He has to learn how to stay in the pocket." Whoop-de-whoop. Now to me, it's like he's thinking about it instead of just going out and playing.
And that's what it is. He's in his.
He done lost that. Yep, that's it.
He hearing all the chirping.
Mm-hmm.
He's hearing that. Oh well, maybe I'll stay in the pocket. Oh, right. or I don't want to run too much because I don't want to be perceived as a running quarterback. You know, he's not playing fluently as himself.
Mm-hmm. You know what it is?
So is that a case of trying to be something that you're not?
No,
I mean,
trying to be something that they're not.
And it's that coaching staff trying to mold him into something that he's not. You guys, when you a pro, you got to play to your best attributes. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Shaq, he's not a free throw shooter. That's not his best attribute. You getting that ball down low, it's a whole different game. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He's not a Price on the like Price was on the free throw line, and even Steve Kerr, they were automatic on the free throw line. That's just like you taking.
It just I don't know.
What's the dude with the gap that used to play for the Giants? What's the dude's name?
Michael Strahan.
Taking Michael Strahan and putting him out there on the golf course against Tiger Woods. You know.
When then or now?
Then. not now. He probably beat him now. He would beat him now. But what I'm saying is, it's like taking a fish out of water and telling it to walk on land.
Mm.
Yeah.
Let that man play to his strengths.
Yeah.
Let him love the game and play football. You know what? And I don't mean to hold you up. That's what they do with Mahomes. They let him play football. Circus pass, whatever.
I mean, and again, you're right. You're right. Because sometimes he makes mistakes. Sometimes, you know, and then when he makes the mistakes, they call him, you know, trying to be a cowboy out there, trying to play hero ball, but he still does what he does.
He still does what he does.
He does what he does.
But he keeps playing the way that he plays. He don't try to play a different way.
No, that's true. And when you look at Baltimore's schedule next week, they play the Bengals on Thursday. They have to win that game. To me, that Thursday night game is a must-win game because they only up a game. They only up one game throughout the whole division. So they have to beat them.
One game on who?
We're gonna see. We're gonna see because it's about to get real now. It's the second half. Down in Sports Talk, man. Make sure y'all rock out with us, man, over there on 6 Zeros. We live and direct right now. YouTube, StreamYard, all right, Facebook, and all that. Shout out to the Facebook crew. Salute. Shout out to the StreamYard crew. Salute. Shout out to YouTube crew. Salute. And we here, man. We in the building, man. 6 Zeros.
And shout out to 6 Zeros.
Yeah, absolutely. 6 Zeros is holding us down. Y'all make sure y'all tap into that community over there.
Yeah,
make sure you check out what's going on in the mind of Yada Bear. She's over there. 6 Zeros. Yada. Heavy. Windwalkers in the building. So yeah, the NBA in-season tournament is continuing tonight. Browski's team is the Philadelphia 76ers are playing against the Indiana Pacers. And what's going on? Let's get an update, basketball. We out with it with your Sixers.
The Pacers are up 79-73 in the third. 81-73. They just scored in the third. I'm not concerned with it. We can close them out. I mean, Tyrese Maxey just dropped 50 points on them in the last game. You know, these in-season tournament games to me are in the
Go
way.
ahead. Go ahead and say it. Go
You
ahead and
know,
say it. Go
I
ahead and
hate
say
them
it.
because it messed up the schedule. You know, I'm seeing the Pacers back to back. I'm seeing the Celtics back to back, a week apart, both at home. And then we don't see them again until after the All-Star break for one game. So we only play the Celtics.
It's like a baseball schedule.
Yeah, we only play the Celtics 3 times this season because of this in season tournament. Like these
Right.
games are messing up the schedule. I can't I can't deal with it. I don't like the floors. The floors are terrible. You know, the trophy is whack. I don't want the Sixers to win this. It's no point of this tournament. And the only reason they're doing it
Money,
is
money to the bill.
yeah, exactly. It's for the
Money to the
money.
bill. Give me
They
money.
want to the regular season is just supporting. We know that after the All-Star break is when the NBA season really happened. You know,
And
Well,
they and they play themselves with this. The regular season is important. Why? You only got to play 65 games.
exact. You
Out
don't.
of, out of
The
82,
NBA don't
you
make
got
it seem
65
to be
games.
important.
Right.
Yeah.
So again, let's go, Browski. You can
Yeah,
say
the
it
NBA
nicer than I
don't.
can. Word up.
Yeah,
You can.
the,
I'm just
and
saying.
I
the
said
NBA
this
definitely
before it
don't
even
make it
happened.
important.
Let's rewind. Let's go back to In Sports Talk before the season even started. And I said I did not like this
No.
in-season tournament.
Yes, you said
That's
that.
one of the
I said it
reasons.
was stupid.
Yeah. We was unanimous with that.
Yeah,
Nobody likes it.
I
Yeah, and
believe
that was one of the
it's
reasons. The
still
second reason is the accident factor. You know what I'm saying? We got Anthony Davis. He's on thin ice every night. We don't need him.
yeah.
He's out there skating with one skate every night on the ice. So we don't need him doing any unnecessary anything.
To win
Anybody
a
stepping on
to
his
win a trophy.
toe, anybody pulling his finger, anything.
Right.
We don't need nothing.
That man
Some
just
ice come out on the
signed.
floor and he
Yeah, like
slide.
what he need the money for? He just signed an extension for like 182 million. What is 500,000 going to do for him?
Per player, 500,000 per
What is
player.
that going to
That's
do
an
for him? He
that's an
just signed
incentive
an
for
extension for
a bench rider.
182.
You know that
Like, come on.
for real. That's an incentive for the bench riders and the newbies, the rookies that don't got that exclusive contract.
You know
You know.
who else is an incentive for? And I'm just gonna throw this out here. You know who else is an incentive for? The ball boys, the trainers,
Yeah.
athletics team. You know what I mean? Because they gonna get hit off lovely.
But
They gonna get their share of that. The lead
here we
athlete.
go.
Huh?
Now,
Go ahead,
to flip that,
Uh-huh.
we don't need to have an in-season tournament.
Right.
We can have a tournament after the season's done for the team that the bottom 12 teams for the lottery picks instead of having ping pong.
I like that idea. Now
You can have
that's
that.
That's the incentive for your ass. That's
Yes.
right.
So
that'll be like the NIT.
exactly. You still have
You have the Final Four,
yeah.
and you got the NIT over here for the people that almost made it but didn't make it.
But that's also how you can how you can dictate the draft order. Now all of these talented players don't have to go to a Detroit. Don't have to go to a San Antonio that's bad. A Washington Wizards that's bad. All these talented players, they can go to a team that may be like middle of the pack, maybe like a Atlanta, somewhere like that, Toronto, somewhere like that. And if you get eliminated first, then you're the 12th seed.
Right.
The next person get eliminated, you're the 11th seed. Bam, 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 and you can still have a sentence, added a sentence. If
You're playing for that number one draft pick. Absolutely.
Yeah,
That's the incentive
right
right
for the
there.
number one draft pick. And
To-
you want to throw in a little extra bread, you can throw in a little extra. Everybody get a little postseason check. Everybody's still eating.
Let me say this right quick. I want to give some shine to Taylor Jenkins, the head coach of the Memphis Grizzlies.
Mm-hmm.
Because again, at the end of the day, if you got the bread like that to hold yourself down, speak your mind. And when you write, you write. Like that's another problem I think that these cats, try to be too diplomatic in their talk and how they try to explain things off in their press conferences because they don't want to get fined.
Yep.
But Taylor Jenkins was like, nah, I'm gonna speak my mind. I don't care what
I
happens.
don't care.
And at the end of the day, when you write, you write. And if you got to pay $100,000, $50,000, whatever, you got your point across.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's the part that Adam Silver doesn't really like. You paid the money, it's over with, but it's not really over with.
Not
Because
because
now
he's
the
out
next
there. He's out there.
huh?
Yeah, because it's out there. Everybody heard
Yeah,
it.
it's out
Everybody
there.
seen it. It's out there.
It's
So you
out
can't
there.
take it back.
You know
You
what I'm
can't bring
saying?
it back, and you can't cupcake it.
And it's not like people haven't been watching this for the last what? Well, when was Tim Donahue? When was that? The early 2000s?
Early 2000s.
Mhm.
So again, we know and we see and we talk about this all the time. We see it with our own eyes, like
You
what
say
is
it
going
all
on
the
with these
time,
referees and
left.
these officials. And then they have to
Right.
come back and apologize. Oh, with the NBA, we did our 2-minute report. We find that these referees made these egregious errors. How the hell is that helping me now?
Because guess what? I'm fired.
Right?
That,
How is that
that was the
helping
last
me
game I
now?
coached.
We
I'm
told
fired.
you, you made a mistake that night.
Yep. And you said, no, we didn't. And now it's Monday, and I'm out of a job.
And I'm out of a job. And you
I'm
talk
out of
about
a
you
job.
sorry you made a mistake.
But on Wednesday, y'all bring out your 2-minute report, and everything that I said went wrong. That was a mistake. It's like, oh yeah, that was wrong. Oh yeah, we was wrong about that. But now I'm at home because I got fired.
Flipping the channels on the remote.
Yeah, flipping the channel,
Listen,
and you go officiate the next game.
and it's so bad is what I don't even want to mention the guy's name, the former referee, that we knew what it was. He knew what it was. He was made had a dummy account on social media that got exposed. Now, instead of him taking his lumps, and now everybody he's wearing basically a scarlet letter, like we know who you are,
Mm-hmm.
we know what you do. He gonna
Yep.
retire.
Yep.
So again, at the end of the day, the refereeing, the officiating in every sport. You can say
Every
tennis.
sport.
Look at how Coco Golf was going off on the line judge.
Yeah. Yes.
It runs every sport. Every sport, yo.
And you
You're
know
right.
what's crazy? It got worse and worse with the sports betting.
Yeah.
Everybody bets.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
can't tell me these refs, these umps,
Aren't
these
influenced,
officials
right?
are not influencing the game to make bread on the side. If it's not underneath their name, it's underneath someone else's name. You know, that thing with Donahue, that was just the tip of the iceberg. He just got greedy. He just got caught up with the wrong guy. He was just working with the wrong guy. They are still doing it. He said out of his own mouth that there was other officials that would see, oh, you calling carrying heavy this game on AI? All right, cool. We're gonna call that every time. Palming the ball every time. We haven't seen that call all season. And then this happened in this game with this particular officiating crew. He's zeroing in and he's calling it all the time now. Now, just like all these fouls and oh, well, that wasn't a foul or that wasn't a walk. It's like these guys are traveling constantly, palming the ball constantly.
They're making themselves part of the game, which it shouldn't be.
They're supposed to be invisible.
What's your thoughts in regards to outside of the tournament right now? So far, how do your Sixers look? We're not going to talk about the guy that y'all just got rid of. No, we're going to talk about.
Listen, we're going to talk about him if all day because he ain't doing nothing. We are living great over here. You know, we had a little hiccup. You know, I don't know if James put a call in or something, because somebody tried to run over Kelly Oubre. You know, he got hit by
Yeah,
a
yeah.
car. Which was
They tried to
crazy.
assassinate Kelly Oubre.
Yeah, look, I don't know if that man with the beard put a call in, you know, because they got some history. They got some real history, if you know, between the two. You know, Kelly Oubre basically took his girl and married her.
James Harden's wife, James Harden's girl.
Yeah,
Oh, no wonder
yeah.
he mad
Back
at him.
in the day,
He
he took his girl.
tried to have
and married her.
Kelly Oubre snuffed out, son.
That's why I said, like, I don't know, some guy with a beard made a
He
phone
making
call,
Marlo Stanfield moves.
made a quick trip back down to Philly. He said, "Oh, I'm going to Houston," but he laid over in Philly for a couple hours and rent a car. You know, they said it was a silver car. And, my man got a couple fractured ribs, but he said he'd be
And
fine.
the driver of the car's name was Hames Jordan.
But there's a little light down there in Philly. You know what?
After that, we looking good.
Y'all got a little light 50-pointer,
you
50
know,
pointer.
Tyrese Maxey came out there, made a point to say that, hey, we have another superstar here, up and rising superstar, and the way I see Maxey, he is the future of the organization, as in
Right.
Joel is the present. You know, he's who the organization is right now. But we still have the potential of making another move. You know, my antenna's been tingling because a certain light-skinned guy in Chicago has done what I knew he was going to do. He wants to leave there because who wants to keep losing in Chicago? You know, Zach
You talking about Zach LaVine.
Yeah, Zach has
Yeah.
made it a point to say, "Hey, I would like to be traded," and I say, "Young man, I have a spot right next to me here in Philadelphia." You know, it's very lovely here in the wintertime. The cheesesteaks is impeccable.
Look at this. Look at this.
Okay. You want a soft pretzel, we will make it for you from scratch. Okay. It's very lovely here in Philadelphia. And we'll be en route to the playoffs, you know? So I'm pretty sure that we can make that
she slid the roots in there? Did you see that? Did you see how she slid the roots in there? Did you peep
We'll
that?
be en routes to the playoffs.
I peep everything, man. I peep everything.
Yeah.
But what your Knicks looking like up there in New York?
We're looking like regular schmegular. I mean, again, we can only do what we can do. You know what I'm saying? We went, up to Boston and lost to a better team. At the end of the day, right now, I just think where we need to be is, looking forward to just trying to get better with each other. You know what I mean? Don't look for who's going out of town or who's leaving or whatever. We stuck with Julius Randle, so I guess we got to make the most of it.
Make the
Jalen
best of it. Yeah.
He has to play within him. He has to play within himself. The kid DiVincenzo still has to, he has to add that energy. Josh Hart, you know what I mean? If we can get, maximum effort from everybody, that includes the coaching staff, you know what I mean? Because again, I'm still of the mindset that when the Knicks get right, and when I say right, and I have to explain myself all the time, I'm not meaning like, top 4 in the East. I'm meaning like top 2 in the East. You know what I mean?
Okay.
When the Knicks get there, Thibodeau's not going to be the coach.
Yeah, you've been saying that for a while.
I say that for a long time. That's how I feel. And again, he's treading water right now. Again, I'm not down on my Knicks because we haven't really run into a 8, 9, 10 game losing streak like we kind of accustomed to. You know what I mean? We used to be the laughing stock of the block. Like you say you like the Knicks, they laugh at you. You know what I mean? But again, a little respectability is all we try to get and try to build on. You know what I'm saying? The next thing right now for the Knicks is to be that destination for a free agent. That's the thing. You have to play up to your standard. You know what I mean? It's New York City. You know what I mean? So again, at the end of the day, we the trade deadlines and everything is getting ready to happen or whatever the case may be. And let's just rock out. I'm proud of my squad. We're not 3-12. You know what I'm saying? We're not 2-8. You know what I mean? So again, at the end of the day, we're doing what we do. In-season tournament play, Group C, Oklahoma City is leading the San Antonio Spurs right now, 66-50, with about 8:45 to play in the third. That's Chet Holmgren and Victor Wembanyama just went to the left, missed the layup. Oklahoma City gets the rebound and they come down with it. Victor Wembanyama and Chet Holmgren, they're going to be, hopefully, dominating in the West in the near future. How do you see that that rivalry, that budding rivalry? You down there in Oklahoma City, Win Walker. What's the word on Chet Holmgren?
Well, Chet Holmgren, he's playing good ball for the Thunder. They're number 3 in the West up there, in their division. But they're a young team. They're playing some good ball. They got a number of good players. I think it's the coaching with the Thunder. They got to know how to let them go. But Chet Holmgren, he's another 7-footer. That's versatile. That's where the game is going to.
He looked like Bill Walton. With the beard and all that. He looked like Bill Walton with the beard.
He do look like Bill Walton. Yes, he does.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, man, go ahead, finish your thought.
I just want my Lakers to get it together. We playing some good ball.
We not no.
Yeah, we playing some good ball.
We're gonna talk about Wemby versus Chet, and then we could talk about the Lakers.
Well, Wemby, I see him do some phenomenal stuff. I'm like, where did he get that
ladies
from?
Ladies and gentlemen, Win Walker is digging into his 17-letter word bag tonight. All right.
No, I'm just telling.
All right.
No, seriously, I see him do some stuff that a 7-footer ain't supposed to do. I guess that's what the game is for. No, he get an up and under and a crossover. I said, where did he get this at?
But we see 7-footers do that. His name is Joel Embiid. We seen someone close to 7 foot, and Anthony Davis and Joker, and like we say this every year about bigs. We never seen a 7-footer do what he's supposed to do. My man 7'4" and extremely streaky. They went to New York, and my man looked shell shocked.
Yeah.
In Madison Square Garden.
Ain't no such thing as halfway crooks. Scared to death.
You look real shook up in Madison Square Garden. So
34-7 had him shook.
When last week when we was talking about it, I asked the question, like, where do we see when Wembanyama like averaging, from his highest point, which was 38, to like his lowest been around like what, 10, 12, maybe 7, around there. And like we came to the conclusion part around like 15. We said about like 15 points per game. We can see him averaging. I just need to see more from him, and hopefully we can see growth and he stay healthy, because guys that big, feet problems, back problems, ankles.
It amazes me that they that thin and they playing that good of ball. Both of those guys. Both of those guys are thin, are very thin.
But everyone's
almost painfully thin, like UNICEF.
Almost
kids.
like feed the children thin.
Yeah,
feed the
but
like wheat thin. Like wheat thin.
Wheat thins, like he's standing sideways and he's disappeared. Like, where did they go?
Like Oreo thins.
Like, paper thin.
He's wafer thin, son.
Okay. I damn near see through. It's crazy seeing
Word
them out
up.
there.
Down at Sports Talk, we in the building, man. It's Tuesday night. It must be Tuesday night because we got Browski in the house. We got
Yes.
Wimby rocking out with us, man. Right here, left
I
handed.
came from the store.
On Twitter. What's up, man?
I came from the store. I got some milk.
You got some
Listen.
milk? Okay.
Well,
you
make
better
sure you
give it to Anthony Davis.
Yeah, man, just hey, make sure he give that whole milk to Anthony Davis to strengthen up.
Matter of fact, run and go chase down that cow and bring him there.
Well, hey, I'm gonna tell you one thing. We beat Portland and we beat Phoenix. So hey, we're doing pretty good in the in-season tournament.
Yeah, y'all go ahead and win the in-season tournament, and then mess around and be out of the playoffs. Yeah, no, Lakers will win the in-season.
This is our playoff. Wait, this is our playoff.
Lakers will win the in-season tournament and be the 12th
that's our championship.
And be in the play-in tournament. No, they win the in-season tournament and then be in the play-in tournament.
Listen, $500,000, $500,000 for everybody. Everybody get $500,000.
It'll be in two tournaments.
They end up the 15th seed in the West.
They end up playing in two tournaments this season. Like, damn.
Word up. Listen, man, got it in Sports Talk. We in the building, man. Powered by 60s.net.
Yes.
Man. Y'all make sure y'all tap in, man. We have some fun over here doing what we do, man. But we rock out hard body, especially this one over here. Yada Bear's in the house holding it down. Make sure y'all tap in with Yada Bear over there at 60s.net. Windwalker's in the building with us. Listen, man. South Carolina, Dawn Staley. At it again, right?
What can we say? Right? What can we say?
At it again. Did you see when they were taking the team the photo after I guess they won some game and the shorties was throwing up the signs and Dawn Staley was like, nah.
He's like, nope, we don't do that.
We don't do that. Salute to her, man. She's definitely already cemented her spot, Hall of Fame and this and that and the third. But to me, and we just want to have a nice conversation about this right now, because I've been wanting to talk about this for a minute. In my mind, in my humble opinion, it's like you can make the Hall of Fame, because that's what it's there for. You know what I'm saying? But when you have people that talk passionately about you that you don't even know, that you affect like this a street common person level. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Like you have your LeBron, for example, Michael Jordan, for example, Muhammad Ali, for example. You know what I mean? Those type of people that we know that what they've accomplished on the field, on the court, you know what I mean, in their respective, genres of what they do. But when you could talk about them, Reggie Jackson's my guy. Like, I can remember this and that and the third or whatever. And again, you talk about them in reverence.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That to me, that hits more. You know what I mean? Because you can see their accolades in the Hall of Fame. But if you can remember certain stuff that like Joel Embiid did or Dr. J did, you know what I mean? Or Magic Johnson or whatever the case may be, it just means more as a fan, as a supporter, and as somebody who you could, talk about in conversation. You know what I mean? So I want to give it up to Dawn Staley, man, because she's always, no matter, and you see the detractors, Browski. You see the detractors, but they just be talking out the side of their. I don't even want to curse, but they didn't be talking out the side of their neck, yo.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And I just want to see, see what you thought about, her. And I know you feel some kind of way about that whole situation and what she's doing in South Carolina.
Yeah. Oh, listen, everything you said, I'll definitely double down on that. I love Dawn Staley. I've always admired her from when I was little. Chick from the hood, North Philly, who can ball. Right. Get respect from the guys. Because that's hard. Growing up here in Philly. It's always tough, It's like, oh yeah, she can ball, but she's just a girl, Oh yeah, she goes out of ball. But when people speak of Dawn Staley in these streets, she's a ball player. You know, it's not that she's a female ball, but no, she's a ball player.
Right.
You know, she's been balling
straight like that.
Yep, balling from Dobbins. You know, when she went to Georgia Tech, and then when she went over to overseas, the Olympics, then she came back to the ABL. She was balling here in Philly. When the WNBA, you know, popped off, she was balling in Charlotte, you know, down there with them. And now she became a phenomenal coach. Everything that she had learned, you know, from when she was coaching at Temple. I think with Temple women's basketball games, you would throw out with the Temple student. I was sitting right there at the League Court Center watching the game because she was amazing. She brought that program into the national spotlight. So the fact that they wanted her, you know, to coach the United States Olympic women's team.
Right. Absolutely.
Not only she went gold medal as a player, but also as a coach. You know, and then she went to South Carolina and made one hell of a program. And right now she's right back where she belongs, number one. You know, they was having this big debate. Should it be Iowa or South Carolina? I'm like, it's South Carolina because
no brainer.
Exactly, no, but she brought in a whole new group of girls, and they didn't lose a beat. She just changed the game. The game just flipped from the inside to the outside. You know, her freshman, Michaela.
Oh, the one that did that move.
Balling. Yeah. You know, and when you seen it, you think, oh, it's just that was just that one game. Nah, she's balling out there, you know. She's killing the game. Their center, God, I forgot her name. But she's balling, the power forward balling, like she just retuned the team, and they just look like they never lost a beat. So definitely always salute to Dawn Staley. Me and you have had conversation when we was like, yo, I can see Dawn Staley coaching the NBA team.
Absolutely.
Well, yeah, because I didn't see her play against.
I'm a proponent for that. I'll be the first one to sign on the line and say yes, she should be a NBA coach. If they're considering, you know, the Becky Hammonds of the world,
yeah.
Why not? What's the matter with Dawn Staley? She got all the accolades, all the championships, all the respect.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm
on every level.
Yes.
That's right. Absolutely, Walker. Absolutely, Dubs. Yes. Absolutely. So for me, man, I'm saying even if she got her start coaching in the WNBA, you know what I mean? So again, that's just how I see it. Down in Sports Talk, man, we in the building. We got Yada Bear in the building. Make sure y'all check it out. Make sure, man, do me that solid, man. Do me that solid. As I look into the camera, do me that solid, man. And check out Yada Bear, man. All right, she's holding it down over there.
Before we move on from a women's college basketball, what are we doing with LSU? How do we feel about LSU? How do we feel about
it? We gonna wait it out.
Hey,
just let you know, because again, man, I don't know.
I get that, you know, they 2-1, but those 2 wins, they didn't look like last year, you know.
So they haven't looked like last year yet.
They haven't found their identity from last year.
But you can have
Super Bowl hangover.
Yeah, because you brought in the chick from Stanford. You still got Angel, and you still got Fly J, but they not gelling.
Well,
it looked like a bunch of individuals playing on a court, playing together.
You know what it is? It's all them new amenities they got. They not rugged and raw no more. It's not business.
Everybody in the studio, right?
And everybody laying down getting their nails done,
right?
And getting massages.
You all in the video dancing.
You need
to be in the gym. Be in the gym.
What else was she doing? Ciphers, you know.
Yeah, you know.
Studio,
listen,
like, come on now.
And that's a perfect segue into how we usually close the show out. with the get down on it segment. Yada Bear, what you want to get down on before we get up out of here?
Oh man, I gotta get down on just these fans.
Go ahead.
Had a couple conversations, in the group where a lot of people getting in their feelings about how other people like to show their fandom, trash talk other teams when they're not even trash talking their team. But I can trash talk their team, which is the Minnesota Vikings, who had never been to a Super Bowl despite having 31 playoff appearances. Never been
They've been to Super Bowls. They lost 4 Super Bowls.
What the NFL champ? It wasn't a Super Bowl. It was the NFL.
Yeah, they lost the Super Bowl to the Raiders.
But it wasn't called a Super Bowl.
The Steelers. It was called, Super Bowl 9 was the Steelers and the Vikings.
Yeah, it was Steelers. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll take it back. They never won a Super Bowl.
Right.
Okay.
They never won a Super Bowl, right.
They haven't felt the victory, haven't felt the confetti coming down, things like that, and for the past couple of seasons, when they had their hopes and dreams of making to the Super Bowl, they got stopping their tracks from a team in Philadelphia called the Eagles that they can't beat. They can't beat them in the regular season. They can't beat them in the postseason.
Let's go, Browski.
Afterlife. They can't beat them anytime. Okay. And the reason why I bring it up because, I made a point of post taking
overtime, y'all.
I took a jab at the Giants, which any respectable Eagles.
That's what you're supposed to do. You're an Eagles fan. That's what you're supposed to do.
For a team that, yes, is a disaster, and I'm going to keep my foot on their necks and let them know that they are a disaster and that they are trash. Okay, I will trash every team in the NFC East, especially. Okay, so I trashed the Cowboys, I trashed the Giants and the Commanders. They are all trash, and I will continue to do that.
As you should.
I just don't understand how people get in their feelings about a team that's not even their team. But I understand. I would be in my feelings too each year that I think I'm going to, progress and we get to the wild card, and then next thing you know, there's a team in Philadelphia that stops them religiously. I understand that. And another point.
Another point we walk.
Another get down point I gotta get off too is these out of state fans that always want to bring up past Super Bowls. I'm talking about Cowboy fans. I'm talking about Giants fans, Commanders fans. I don't care who you're a fan of. It's not in your home city. Because they always want to look at us and say, well, you guys only have one Super Bowl. That's always their comeback line when you call their team trash. Well, you guys only got one Super Bowl. But here's the thing. With that one Super Bowl, I was able to go out in these streets and celebrate with the rest of the Eagles fandom when you had to watch your parade on SportsCenter for a few seconds. It was just a little clip, You wasn't out there in the crowds. You didn't feel the energy. You haven't been able to celebrate with your peers. You watch all those past parades that was on VHS tapes on TV. You ain't never been to a parade for your football team, your baseball team, your basketball team. For all you, I just can't stand most out-of-state fans that always live off of past victories, and they want to keep living in that. They want to keep bringing it up, but you have never experienced a victory, a parade, a celebration for the team that you root for. You guys live in Philly. You ain't never been in those Dallas streets. Have you been to a Dallas Cowboy parade? Did you go up to New York and go to a New York Giant parade? In in 1991, did you go down to Washington and have a Washington, aka former Redskin parade?
Did you party with the Fun Bunch?
Okay,
The fun bunch.
you didn't do none of that. So I will live in the glory of knowing that I was able to be in the parade on Broad Street, listening to all those great speeches, seeing the trophy with my own eyes in the flesh, while y'all sit back and y'all watch a quick snippet come across ESPN or SportsCenter of people in the city celebrating their parade while you're at home watching
narrated by Chris Berman.
Exactly. And that's all I got to say.
Yo, that's Browski, yo. That's Yada Bear. Make sure y'all check Yada Bear out, man. 60s.net. Make sure you check Yada Bear out. Twitter. Nah, I mean, we in the building down at Sports Talk. Windwalker, what should get down on it, man, for this week, man, before we get up out of here?
Man, I want to get down on the refs everywhere.
Again.
Please.
Sure, why
stop,
not?
Stop making your call the outcome of the game. I've seen it in the NCAA football. I've seen it in NFL football. I've seen it in basketball. I've seen it too much. Come on, stop it. And then Raiders. I want to get down on y'all. It kind of makes sense. Ice Cube's favorite team is the Raiders. Ice Cube's big three, they promote medical marijuana and marijuana for medicinal purposes. The big three is the first pro franchise that's cannabis friendly. I've been to several big three games, and the commercials at halftime talk about cannabis fluently. It's like a sports center moment. So, in honor of the Raiders and us doing our podcast, are the cameras rolling? Are we still on camera?
Absolutely.
Oh, okay. We're on camera. But I just want to say that AP is a great coach. And that AP, he's one of us, and we get that.
All right. That was Windwalker, y'all.
I'll catch y'all in a minute.
Hey, listen, man. I'm in the building, man. Yada Bear's in the house holding me down as usual. Windwalker's in the house holding down the spot. I want to get down real quick, man, on I'm gonna say it. I want to get down on my New York Yankees. Absolutely. And I feel like, Brian Cashman is being very defensive, right? He was did a little impromptu press conference where, the reporters were asking him real questions. And you could tell pressure bust pipes. You know what I mean? And Brian Cashman, seems like he's a reserved guy. But in this particular interview, he was just going in, like just having a real conversation. You know what I mean? He kind of like lost his temper a little bit. And I appreciated it. At least he wasn't trying to be, for the cameras and all that. So he was having, his cameras out there. They had mics in his face. And the questions that was asking him was affecting him because you could tell in his responses. Mm-hmm. So now, till that I say, you got a whole GM meeting, you got a whole owners meeting, you got a whole situation that you could deal with over the winter meetings that's getting ready to come up. Mm-hmm. So what are you going to do, Brian Cashman? You've been around all the good, you've been around the bad, and it's about to get ugly. And all I'm saying to you, Brian Cashman, man, I'm never going to talk bad about you. You know what I mean? Because you got us wild rings, man. You made a lot of moves. You know what I mean? You got players at the right time in their career, and they helped us win championships. Al Strawberry, Doc Gooden, Cecil Fielder. You know what I mean? Like Tino Martinez, Scott Brocious. You know what I mean? You helped that. So I'm never gonna forget that. But now is now, 2023. And the last time that we won was 2009. So I'm trying to be on your side. I'm trying to be down with you, my guy. But I only got 10 fingers, man, and I'm running out of toes. You dig? So help me out here, Brian Cashman. Help me and Win Walker. Help us to help you. Because
Hey,
Yada Bear don't really care. She's a Phillies fan. So she don't
listen,
really
we
care.
got our own set of troubles down here. Okay, I'm not
No
even
doubt.
trying to think about baseball right now, but
All right. But yo, we out of here, man. Another Tuesday night down in Sports Talk, of course, in the building. Make sure y'all tap into 60s.net. All right. Any shout outs before we get out of here? Don't go nowhere, y'all.
Now, I definitely want to shout out the 60 crew, that's always on the page and commenting on, some of my crazy thoughts that comes in my mind that I jot down on there. And definitely shout out to our Facebook group too for, always participating. And, I love all the back and forth. So keep it coming because I'm definitely going to keep it going.
Absolutely. That's Yada Bear right there. You know what I mean? Holding it down in Sports Talk. You already know the vibes. Listen, that reminds me, Facebook group, the NFL picks and all that. The picks and locks are coming. Week 13, 15, and 17. Picks and locks.
Week
All
10,
right. Make the best bet pick. All right. You make your lock. All right. Each one of them is 5 points.
Yeah.
And it's really serious right now. Shout out to
I need every point.
Cruz. They on my neck right now, yo. It's hard. It's hard out here for a pimp right now. As far as the sports talk to the NFL game picks right now, it's really good. That's how we like it. You know what I mean? It's gonna go down to the wire. We're about to get up out of here. Salute to everybody, man. Peace to y'all. Thanks for chiming in. Make sure y'all smash and hit that like and subscribe button over there down in Sports Talk on YouTube. All right. So we're about to get up out of here. Don't go nowhere, y'all. Win Walker, Yada Bear, left-handed at RM Des on Twitter. Salute.
Peace. See you on 60s.
Uh-huh.